Thank you, and good morning to all of you. To distinguished guests online, I must say that the weather in Portorož is also quite bad, but I'm sure the organizers will take care of this. So I will present Jožef Stefan Institute as a partner in the SMR Alliance in Slovenia. Firstly, about Jozef Stefan Institute. We were established in 1949 as a nuclear institute, and we grow during all those years. And today we have around 1,200 or even 1,300 employees. It's not only a nuclear institute anymore, but we still have some research related to nuclear technologies and nuclear safety. Two main divisions which are dealing with nuclear topics are reactor physics, the organizers of this conference, and they're working mostly on neutronics and core calculations for fission and fusion reactors. And the reactor engineering division, we are working on reactor technologies, on thermohydraulics, aging of materials, as well as for nuclear safety, we are working on severe accidents. And again, for fission and fusion applications. Jozef Stefan Institute also have a research reactor, a trigger research reactor, which is available for research, and nowadays it's not so common to have available a research reactor at the institute. It was the case in the past, but nowadays it's quite a unique opportunity. And then there are some other departments that are still involved in some fields of nuclear technologies, like low and medium energy physics. They are working on fusion mostly, on radiation protection as well. Surface engineering, they work mostly on the surface coating for fusion reactors. Nanostructured materials, again, mostly developing new materials for example, diverters for the fusion reactors, and environmental sciences, they are still performing radiochemistry and radiation protection research. Jozef Stefan Institute is a technical and scientific support to the regulatory body, and our goal is to remain committed to the world-class excellency in research, in higher education, in professional training, to be technical and scientific support to the regulatory body, and of course to communicate also the science with general public. And this is also our vision for this SMR partnership, to extend this knowledge, our practices to the field of SMRs. Now, where we are in the SMR ecosystem, as mentioned before, well, our core business, of course, is research, education, and training. Currently, we are involved in few research projects that are completely or partially devoted to SMRs. One is Slovenian research project devoted to the usage of materials in the SMRs. Another is JSI internal project on SMR, which is multi-purpose SMR. And we are involved in few Euratom projects like ACC Smart, which is devoted to supercritical water SMR, Harmonize project, which is devoted to harmonization of standards for fission and fusion applications. SICNOTE project is devoted to severe accident knowledge management, including for SMRs, and EASY SMR, which is devoted to SMRs safety innovation for safety. As mentioned before, we are participating also as a technical support organization for our regulator, and we are quite involved in the European and international organizations, platforms, and alliances, like SNETP, which is a platform for nuclear energy, and in the SNTP we have 3 pillars: the energija, which is Gen 2 and 3 nuclear research. Then there is a pillar for Generation 4 research, and another for devoted to cogeneration. We are part of the European Technical Safety Organization network, connected to other technical support organizations in Europe. We are members of the ENEN, which is European Nuclear Education Network, trying to promote nuclear education, and part of European Joint Program CONCERT and EURAT. The first one is devoted to radiation protection, and the second one is to waste management. Now I'll try to explain what is my view on the relations between different stakeholders, or at least few of them. We believe everything starts with the need from society. So society, they discovered there is some need, and then we are trying to explore what actually this need is and how to solve it. And we try to get a solution, and with this new technology, we want to be educated user of this technology, and to educate also the other users how to use this technology, as well as for nuclear. Therefore, we believe science education basically enable all activities related to some technology. And I mentioned before the need from the society. Of course, this is a communication going in both directions. So it's also important to have communication of this science and technology from the research field back to civil society. As mentioned before, we are one of the technical support organizations. Around 20 of them is in Slovenia, even though Slovenia is a small nuclear country. And therefore, one of the difficulties is, of course, maintaining the proper competences. In a small country, not having so many TSO activities, it's challenging to keep them, as sometimes it's not most in line with our research work. And I must also admit, here we have, from the last year, we have a project devoted especially to maintaining the competences on the field of severe accidents, with the partnering of our regulator and research agency. With the government, of course, we are always willing to support them with consulting, with education, with utilities companies. What we learned so far is that the most important thing is to have a continuous mutual relation during all the stages. So this is less costly in terms of money and time to have a continuous relation from the beginning through all the stages of the project. And I can say that currently we have well-established international network, but this for sure is not to be neglected, so we should definitely take care of this also in the future. So now about steps ahead. Currently we have a strong historical background on nuclear research, and we have quite a few competences in this field. We are working on fission and fusion, on thermohydraulics, nuclear safety, neutronics, material science, new designs, licensing. But it's not self-evident for the future. It's not top-driven research, but based on the curiosity of the researchers. And therefore, it's similar to the SMRs. Our current research work is quite scattered and driven by individuals' curiosity. And this is the case because we as researchers, we think that the SMRs are part of the future low-carbon, sustainable, affordable energy mix. So not only for the electricity, but also for the heat and hydrogen. And it's also the case for Slovenia. And that's why we want to actively participate in research projects on one side to sustain and improve our knowledge and competences, and as well as a potential common project to foster the SMR development and deployment in the society. And therefore, based on some, I would say, good experiences from abroad, I would maybe propose to join our efforts into common Slovenian SMR project, which can facilitate the development of all the stakeholders involved in this SMR partnership. Thank you.